Welcome back to the channel, I'm Stefan and we're going to be taking a look at the new Warbond Democratic Detonation. And in order to provide you guys with a decent overview, I've unlocked and tested every weapon in a variety of circumstances. Now, what I'm going to be showing you for each and every single weapon is some gameplay against both Termites and Automatons, a short weapon overview, the pros and cons per weapon, and this all mixed into my personal opinion on playstyle and overall effectiveness. A quick upfront summary on the weapons and utilities you'll find in this Warbond. For new primary weapons we have the BR-14 Adjudicator, the CB-9 exploding crossbow, don't worry, it's arrows that are going to be doing the exploding, not the crossbow itself, and the R-36 Eruptor. For utilities we have the GP-31 grenade pistol, the G-123 Thermite grenade, and the Expert Extraction Pilot booster. So whenever you find yourself enjoying this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leave a comment to support the video, and if this is your first time here on the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and have your notifications enabled to receive my newest upload alerts. Now let's dive into the weapons, starting with the BR-14 Adjudicator. Marksman rifles aren't a mainstream pick for a lot of players, so I was curious to see if this rifle would somehow fill the gap. At first glance it has a decent mag capacity paired with a higher than usual rate of fire for this class but low damage output. You can logically adjust the scope and surprisingly enough the fire rate, with single rounds being more automaton oriented and burst more useful during Terminite missions. This feels counterintuitive of a marksman rifle but might have been a design choice to enable you to do at least something other than switching to your pistol when enemies come too close too fast. This rifle won't one-shot smaller enemies center mass, making it slow against Termites and Automatons when you want to keep your distance, because it can take a pretty long time before you take out a group of 15 or more targets. When you then start adding larger enemies such as Devastators and Striders, you really need half a mag or more per target. Well, at least I do, because I'm no Chris Kyle when it comes to sniping, making me wish you had more than 6 mags in total for this rifle. I can't say I'm a huge fan of marksman rifles in general in this game, and this one doesn't stand out for me in particular. I often find myself to put it on burst and use it as a quasi-assault rifle rather than having this one-shot one-kill attitude and go to town. Even in higher difficulty missions I didn't find it particularly useful, and it gives me the same feeling I get when equipping one of the other marksman rifles, making me wish I had picked something with more firepower. So unless you're a fan of marksman rifles, this wouldn't be my first or second pick for that matter. The crossbow is one of those weapons that speaks to the mind, evoking a hunter vibe. But during testing it quickly became apparent that this is not suited for taking out moving enemies at some distance away, as shots then tend to miss a lot or you lose a lot of time aiming. The arrows have a lower velocity, so quite some travel time and a pretty heavy drop-off, so you have to line up and lead your targets to hit them properly, and this obviously takes some practice. Surprisingly enough, it deals a nasty punch to medium armored units, and even better, you can two-shot a Hulk when you hit its power cells at the back. Unfortunately, even though the arrows are explosive, you cannot use the crossbow to take out hives, fabricators or open containers with it. When you manage to find some higher ground, then you will get the most out of this weapon, as you can then use its AoE damage to hit multiple scavengers or troopers, or you can land shots behind hive guards and striders to bypass their frontal armor. Be careful though when enemies get near you, because you can just as easily kill yourself with blast damage when you're firing up close. This really is more of a support role weapon, picking off medium targets or add in some AoE damage when things get hectic and crowded. Now, I wouldn't say this is a crowd control weapon, although it can be used to thin out patrols. What I would love to have seen is this being a silent weapon, but unfortunately it's not, as it seems that when you fire this crossbow from whatever distance away, they all react as if you've just fired a rifle, so no hidden stealth attacks with this one. The biggest con I have with this weapon is the drop off and travel time of the arrows, so be prepared to put in some time to get good, especially over longer distances. Next up is the R36 Eruptor, which you might have seen in my previous video on leaked stratagems, and I must say this is a fantastic and versatile weapon. I know I haven't been too enthusiastic about the Jar 5 Dominator, so why am I so happy about the Eruptor? I mean, it's a primary that feels like a support weapon. It only has 5 rounds but does a huge chunk of damage. It has great scope magnification but a low rate of fire and some serious recoil. It also takes forever to reload. However, I think that its best and coolest feature is that its rounds explode upon impact, dealing AoE damage. If you manage to keep Termites at a distance, you can effectively dispense of scavengers and hunters quickly. The same goes for bots. If you fire at a group of troopers, then you have a good chance of taking out several per shot, suddenly making the 5-round magazine seem less problematic. You can also open containers, destroy fabricators, and close bug hives with it, saving new grenades. And during blitz missions, this means you don't have to consider picking an autocannon or grenade launcher to quickly seal those large crater hive structures. However, this weapon, along with the Jar 5 Dominator, has to be viewed from the right perspective. This is a true supporting weapon, meant to deal with medium armor threats. Devastators, Hive Guards, Berserkers, Striders, Bowspewers, all of these only need a couple of well-placed shots. You really need to pair this with the right pistol or support weapon. That's the, I wouldn't say con, but it's something to keep in mind. Obviously, you get in trouble when you start getting swarmed due to slow reload and small ammo capacity, so taking along a support weapon that can deal with this is recommended. Now, I tried it out with the Stalwart acting as a disguised primary, and that seemed to be a good combo between dealing with a group of smaller enemies and the singular larger ones. I think this is an awesome weapon, and I understand some people would avoid it or they don't agree with me, but it might feel safer to have something with a larger mag and some DPS consistently, but in the right team and used in what I believe to be its intended role, this weapon can make short work of larger enemies quickly. It does require a bit more tactical gameplay from players and some combo play with support and secondary weapons. Moving on to the grenade pistol, which is a very good multi-purpose utility weapon. It can deal with hives and fabricators, same as a grenade launcher, but it doesn't take up a support slot. It can serve perfectly as a sidearm when you run out of ammo and you need to finish off some enemies before they can tickle you. This is great because it allows for more flexibility when you're choosing stratagems pre-mission. You do have to reload it after each shot, so it can't take down a whole group like the launcher can, but considering this can save you a few grenades on blitz missions makes this pick worth your while. Now, this is a fun one, the G123 Thermite grenade. This is the Helldiver version of World War II's Sticky Bomb, a MacGyver solution for taking out tanks and armored vehicles, but the comparison only goes so far because the G123 Thermite grenade will also burn a hole in its target. Using these grenades actually takes quite a bit of skill, and I find that they have a different throwing arc compared to other grenades. And you need to hit your target at a weak spot for it to do the best damage possible. I managed to stick 4 or 5 grenades on a Hulk at random spots and still it didn't go down.
Hold on. Oh man. Ugh.
Tanks the same, but if you manage to land a grenade at the power supply on the turret's back, it will be destroyed. Do keep in mind that it also takes quite a few seconds before the grenade actually detonates. All the while your target will keep clawing or shooting at you if it doesn't die from the burning. So you need to take that into account as well as analyzing the situation around you before you start throwing this grenade. Boosters are always a game of who's picking what during mission preparation. More stamina recovery, diving in full stocked on ammo and traversing difficult terrain faster are all excellent choices. But when those are already chosen, then I would be tempted to opt for the Expert Extraction Booster. It takes off 20 seconds off of a 2-minute timer, so about 16%. At times it can come in handy, and as always there will be people saying there are way better boosters to choose from, but from time to time I don't mind not having to wait for the shuttle that long. Let me know and share your experience and what you guys think of these weapons in the comments down below. For info on the other premium warbonds, follow the link at the top of your screen appearing now. Consider giving a thumbs up or even a sub, both are greatly appreciated, and I hope to see you in the next video. That's it for this warbond review. Have fun gaming and take care, guys.
On my way.
Countdown initiated. Stand
On
by
my
for
way. Oh my god. Why am I on the far side of
There's
the...
a cloak on the...
Hold on. Hold on. No, I'll get him. I'll get him. Oh my god. He won't get me.
Nah. Okay. Go.
Oh, come
on!
She's waiting for you.
I'm here.